Frank, lovely to see you. You're looking well.
Cheers, you're not looking too bad yourself, man.
Okay, well, listen, let me ask you first of all, physically, how are you? And mentally, how are you?
Physical, I'm all right, and mentally, I'm okay. And the other
Good.
one is the others what you got to worry about.
And listen, both when you were a boxer full
Yeah,
time and also now,
yeah.
how do you see the difference between the importance of your physical health and your mental health?
What, when I was younger to now?
Yeah.
When I was young, I went to a ball school, so we was very, very athletic, football, rugby, canoeing, camping, etc., etc. So we didn't really have time to think about bipolar or whatever we had. You know what I mean? If we had a problem, you know what I mean, we'd sort it out. The teachers used to, if we had a problem with a tutor, we go in the gym and put the gloves on, punch the granny out of one another, and go back and shake on it. You know.
Yeah. And did you feel that boxing was like doing you good physically and mentally?
Very, very good. I started when I was about 8, stopped when I was about 12, went to Walsall, left Walsall at 16, and I carried it on then.
And what do you think boxing gave you in that in terms of your, because you got bullied I mean, I've read your book, the new one,
Yeah,
and I was surprised to read that you got sent away to this special school and you
yeah.
actually got bullied quite badly there.
Yeah, very, very. I mean, sometimes I get dreams, nightmares at night time, thinking of the bullying used to go on now. Used to be some heavy, heavy guys there, older than me, and they didn't mess around. You know, if they told you to go and nick something for them and you didn't nick it, or if you got cake on the table, you know what I mean, they wanted it, they'd pick their nose and put it on there and say that it's theirs. Don't. It's that sort of like
Mm.
not mental torture, but that's boarding school, ball stool, tough guy attitude. You know what I mean? When you get to another level, you stop all that.
And
Like these kids.
were you at that time, were you physically, you're obviously like you're recognized now as a kind
Yeah,
of big guy, but
right.
because they were bigger than you, they picked on you.
Yeah, they're not much more bigger than me, but they were older than me, more experienced, and they've been in the world longer than me. So they had a chip on their shoulder, so they didn't see me as a threat at all. You know what I mean? They just thought I was a youngster that they could just pick on and whatever. And yeah, they
And
did.
what did that do to you? You say that it felt like, a form of torture. What did that do to you inside? What were you feeling inside when you were being bullied?
Sometimes it was a scary experience, but when I was young, I was a little bit of a bully myself, so yeah, I got taught. So when I became a senior, I sort of like cut it out, the bullying in the ball store.
Right. And what about what did you think you learned about the process of being kicked out of an ordinary school, as it were, and then taken by your mum to this place that was full of tough
I
kids?
think it was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. You know what I mean? I was very easily led. I was bigger than my age. You know what I mean? I hanged around with guys 5 years older than me, 6 years older than me, and there was advanced. My mum knew I was very, very gullible, and she just wanted me to get out of London and go to a ball school because down London I was too easily led. And as I said, wrong crowd, wrong
And,
time.
and when were you first aware that what was stuff going on inside your head
Yeah.
was identified either by you as a problem or by other people as a problem?
Well, I don't know if it's other people. It's my problem. I've been brought up with a very, very strict family, mum and dad. You know, if you didn't do nothing what they said and whatever, you get a smacking and the beating or the belt or whatever. So I don't think that's affected me. But if it affected me anyway, I still got my manners. They taught me how to be manageable. Good morning, good evening, and you know what I mean. If they say go and do something, you have to do it very quick. You know. Or if you didn't, you get some, as they say, bitch licks in your backside.
And what? But so when you've been sectioned 5 times, yeah?
Yeah,
Because when I get the impression reading the latest book that with this one, it was complicated because it was during COVID and during the lockdown. But
yeah,
I got the feeling that actually you felt a genuine sense of recovery while you were in there, and you came
yeah.
out feeling a lot stronger.
I did in a way because I had a gym in there, so that could take the what can I say, the rust off me. I went to the gym every single day and it was a gym where you went for a walk and you just exercise. So if I went for a walk 5 times a day, which he allowed me to go around the yard and use the exercise, that's what I've done. Just try to get fit, try to get strong, try to keep my mind of where I am, because sometimes it's like a dream.
What was the worst thing about being sectioned?
It's a door shutting, the staff, the patients in there. It's a horrible, horrible place to be.
What about? I mean, the other thing about bipolar, it tends to get identified as the two extremes. What about when? What about how low do you get when you feel low?
I don't know how low. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get low, but not low that I'm going to do anything to myself, or not low that I want to go and plan to do anything crazy or whatever. Sometimes in the winter, most people what are manic depression, have anxiety, whatever. In the winter, is much worse than it is in the summer.
And you write in the book about the effect, well, both the influence that George Francis, your trainer, had on you, but also then the fact that he took his own life.
Very, very special man. But you see, the way I looked at George Francis, he came from Canning Town. He was a North London man. He was a very tough man in his own right. But his son died of cancer. His wife died of cancer. Very, very sad. Deepest sympathies to the family. But that was the last one, because he had a lot of lyrics in his head. He's a very experienced man. He's a lovely man to be around. And that weren't nice to go through that, because if I would have rang him like we used to go for walks and go down the hill farm and chill out together and talk about things, you know what I mean, about life and whatever, I don't think he would have done that.
What effect did that have on you, though, when you heard that?
It was a little blow here and there, but you see, when you say affect things, not everything could have effect on me. I'm a little bit more tougher than, you know what I mean? My dad died when I was 13, so I had to grow up very, very quick. So I'm not looking for no sympathy. Sometimes in life, there's good and bad. Some days a good day, some days a bad day. But it's a good day when you get up and you can see the light, the sun, you know what I mean? Not light coming through the curtains, you know, it's a good day.
And have you ever got to a position where you've even thought about suicide? Do you get suicidal?
Never. I've been low sometimes, I've been down sometimes, but never that.
And tell me about your boxing career. You obviously, you start off, it's obvious you've got a big talent. You get identified, and then there comes a moment when you're not just a boxer, but you also become a kind of a figure in public life and a celebrity, all that stuff.
Right.
How hard did you find that transition?
I didn't find it hard at all. It was a little bit more harder when I went into pantomime, and then coming from pantomime, go back in the ring, because sometimes they said that I was too soft in the ring or too gentle or whatever. But I don't think so. If me and you went into the ring and you punched me in my mouth, everything could go out the window, and I'm concentrating on punching you back in the mouth, you know? So everybody thought I pantomime and different shows, little and larger, royal variety, etc., would suffer me, but it was good. What can I say? Good learning.
I promise you I'm not going to get in the ring with you and punch you in the mouth. I'm not. Absolutely no way. It's funny though. I'll tell you one bit in the book that really kind of leapt out at me. You said, this was after you'd retired.
Yeah.
You said you were becoming obsessed about returning to boxing. Throughout my life, I've noticed a clear link between my illness and thoughts of getting back in the ring. It's almost as if my bipolar disorder kicks in and unlocks a part of my brain that leads me to act and behave in an illogical way. Yeah. Is it very hard? Is that because it's hard to leave something when you've been right at the height of it?
It's hard to leave it, but most boxers want to come back. They feel like they get more older. They feel like they're more wiser. They feel as if they can look after themselves in the ring. You know what I mean? And beat what is around today.
What do you? But like, what age do you have to get to before you actually say to yourself, "Do you know what? I couldn't do that again."
George Foreman done it at 40, borderline 50. There's Evander Holyfield, 61, 62, what is still boxing now. There's Mike Tyson was thinking of coming back, or is back at 54. Larry Holmes came back. He was about 50, 60, or nearly 70 years of age. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there, you know what I mean, what have done it and come back fine.
What and what does looking after yourself mean to you? What are the kind of key components of that?
Getting up in the morning, having a structure in your life, you know what I mean? Get up in the morning, go to my gym, then go to the health farm, relax and chill out. And you know what I mean? I've got a good team around me at the moment.
Mm. And so how do you actually spend most of your days in terms of what you know,
I'll get up about 3 to 4 this
3 to
morning,
4?
4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, get
Okay.
up. Yeah, and I went to the gym. I got a wicked gym downstairs. Punch bags and a lot. Have a little hour session or hour and a half, depending on how I feel. Come back, have a steamer, jump in the hot tub, relax myself. Then I'll get some breakfast put down me. Paul does the breakfast, and you know what I mean. After that, you know what I mean. I could either go back to bed or go down the health farm again, just chill out there, go and look at some lovely ladies, up and down, don't touch, and come home. And by the time I'm home, I'm tired.
And
But
what about work? What's a working day for you these days in terms of going out
working
and about?
day, you know what I mean. I've got jobs up north here and there. I had a busy year last year, and it's picking up this year as well.
And is that in the kind of just, you know, out public appearances and talking and stuff?
Public appearances. I've been doing a lot of signing of the books and whatever.
Yeah.
Mm.
And what's your relationship? How would you define your relationship with the sport of boxing these days?
My relationship, I've always been in love with boxing because boxing has been my savior. It's been my thing that I set out from 8 to achieve my dream. It's been everything for me. Boxing has taught me how to survive, taught me not to be a bully. You know what I mean? Have respect for my elder folk and whatever, and just carry on with life. It's nice to keep. You've been a boxer, but I still look after myself.
The when you've talked a couple of times about the importance of good diet and good sleep.
Yeah.
So if you're getting up at 4 in the morning, what time are you going to bed?
What time I go to bed? Last night, yesterday, I went to bed about 10 o'clock.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you got about 6 hours sleep.
Yeah.
Is that enough for you?
Much enough for me. Sometimes I
Right.
get 2 hours sleep. I do a lot of meditating,
Okay.
and sometimes you just get 2 hours sleep.
Oh,
But that
wow.
is good enough for me.
Right. And what about your diet? Tell me about your diet.
I eat just some food, you know what I mean? Pasta, that's just any sort of like food. What is good for you. But mainly
You eat
pasta,
healthy food.
rice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul cooks a good meal. So, you know what I mean? Whatever meal you want, I could have it there.
Right. And when you're out and about, are you conscious the whole time? Is it like a mindset to think about, I've got to think about my sleep, I've got to think about my diet, or is it just sort of so ingrained in you? Because I've got to say, you look in great shape.
Cheers, thank you. You know what I mean? It's just natural. Sometimes it's happened. When I got divorced, I was living by myself. I know. When I got divorced, I went down to the health farm, the Champions Health Farm. Stayed there for about 7 years. Been in this house I am today. I've been in this house now for 15 years, and I love it.
Right. And so is that kind of where you feel? Do you feel sort of safe there the whole time?
We're at the health farm out here.
Oh,
The house.
that's your
Yeah, I
base.
feel safe, but no,
Yeah.
I like to get out and go down the health farms. I've got about 6 health farms, and I'll go to each one and chill out there sometimes. They look after me very well.
Right.
Purdue's,
And when you're
Stephen
doing your
Purdue.
workout in the gym in the morning, talk me through a kind of typical.
I've got a gym, I've got a running machine, I've got a rowing machine, I've got a bike, I've got punch bags, I've got the ropes, I've got kettles, not the kettle that you make a cup of tea with, but kettles that you use for your muscles and
Yeah.
sit up benches and do all different things. It depends how I get up in the morning, but I just go in my music room, get myself all warmed up, turn on the heater in the gym, play some tunes, stop the tunes, and go in the gym. And I either work very hard. When I come out the gym, there's a bag outside there. I punch the bag, like I'm thinking of someone I don't like, and get out the bag and jump in the hot tub, have a sauna. You know what I mean? Wash yourself, dry yourself down, and get ready for where you got to go.
And Frank, tell me so when you're in the gym or when you're in the car or when you're walking around,
Yeah.
what sort of music are you listening to?
I listen to any sort of like music. I'm a frustrated DJ. Every time I get up in the morning at home, I've got to go in my DJ room, play some tunes to get myself mentally in the right frame of mind to go in the gym. The gym's next door to my music studio, which I just got it soundproof recently, and I love music. For me to say I love this specific music is wrong. I just love music in general. Any
So
sort of like music.
all right. So what? Tell me, give me some of the tunes that you played this morning, then.
Mary Poppins.
No.
Yeah, Mary Poppins. The Hills Are Alive. ABBA.
Okay.
Bob
I love
Marley.
ABBA. Yeah.
Shabba Ranks. It depends what mood I'm in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pavarotti. Play anything. You know what I mean? Not, I mean that rudely, but music is beautiful when you relax your mind and enjoy. So music is the food of life.
Excellent. Did you enjoy the program you made with Mike Tyson?
I did enjoy the program, and there's another one coming out, not of Mike Tyson, but I can't really say too much. But yeah, I did enjoy it. I did enjoy how quick we had to go fly in there, do what we had to do, and fly back straight away. We never had time to look about the place.
Right, but what did you get out of kind of, because obviously you know him best through sort of fighting him,
Right.
and then suddenly you're in this very different set of circumstances. And I read the transcript, but it was a very kind of personal conversation about each other, wasn't it? Your mental health, his mental health. So tell me a bit about that.
More than me. He's been sectioned more than more than me. But at the end of the day, it makes no difference. It was very chatting to him, very good. He was very calm. He was very, very chatty, and he was very, very relaxed. You know.
And what's the when you are in that sort of situation where you're with somebody that what's the difference in going on inside you between being in a ring with somebody and being outside a ring years later? How does that relationship kind of develop?
I don't know, relationship, you know what I mean? It's only platonic. There's no tongues or anything like that.
But I'd be very shocked if there was. But if it's it must be an interesting dynamic though. To you know the guy because you want to knock him out.
It's weird. I met Tyson the other day, and I met Lennox Lewis in Jamaica recently, and whatever. They're people that have beaten me, and they're fighters, and sometimes you have in the back of your mind, when I fought you, I should have knocked you out, and I should have hit you a little bit more harder, or something like that. But the memories going through your brain, you can't start hitting the guy and say, I should have won the fight more than you. But anybody you got to worry about in the mood is Tyson himself, because if he's in a violent mood and he's got his friends wind him up, he could just be crazy.
What, Mike Tyson or Tyson Fury?
No, Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson,
he could be a cannon, a loose cannon.
Yeah.
But I think he's calmed down.
Yeah. Well, listen, Frank, it's been great talking to you. I've really enjoyed it.
Cheers. Thank you. Nice talking to you.